considering that I was just able to message them at 9:30 last night.
Wow. Welcome everyone. So I can see here we have participants na hindi familiar, and of course we have our Keller Williams Manila Bay family here, our associates and leaders. Good morning po. So sir, let me know when you're ready, and we'll be discussing the language of selling, continuation of our previous topic, discover what makes people buy. Sir. Meron pang pumapasok, sir. Oh, 80.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. Marcus Guerra, kaka-tripping lang niya sa Habitas the other day. Okay, good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining us today. And what's this? Meron akong unplanned trip dito sa Clark. It's going to be a very important meeting. That's the reason why I had to leave early. But then, this is very important as well. That's the reason why kahit last minute kagabi. And thank you everyone for coming over. This is a very nice topic, very short, one of the shortest topic, but the most important among all the other topics. If you've been attending a lot of seminars, siguro, in case you forget them or most of them, you remember these two things and you will stay in real estate for a long time. Actually, in sales for a long time. So this is about not just being able to memorize your pitch, not just about being knowing the market, not just about being very good in your presentation, but uh, the mastering the art of making people buy from you. You see, and also right now the mastery of building relationships with your clients. For the past 4 months, I've been heavily doing research on AI, practicing AI, and introducing new technologies din sa AI because while others say na hindi naman yan kayang palitan ng hindi naman kaya niyang palitan ang agent, hindi niya kayang palitan ng human touch, which is very true. If you are speaking about the current version ng AI, let's say ChatGPT, if you're using 3.5 or kung nakapag-subscribe na kayo because may bayad naman yung 4 which is worth it, or you're thinking na hindi naman yan mapapalitan. Maybe. However, I am preparing for a situation na what if naman mapalitan? Kailan tayo mag-adjust? Kailan ka mag-adapt pag napalitan na? So let the others think the other way na hindi naman kayang palitan, and let them be complacent. But the others, if you want, you always prepare yourselves for the worst, di ba? So sabi nga ni Mo Godat, the only skill that you will need or that will survive after AI, when the machines rule, is human connection. Human connection. That is one thing that maybe AI will not understand. Also, about 3 weeks ago, nagkukwentuhan kami ni Charito. I call my chat GPT si Charito, si Chat. So I asked Chat kung ano yung difference ng wisdom and being smart and wisdom. And then also, if AI or if ChatGPT can ever have wisdom. So, ang sabi niya, this AI can be smart, but it may be very difficult for it to reach that point of having wisdom. So, still there are things na hindi nila kayang gawin. But for today, we'll be talking about human connection, which is something very important that you should understand. Um, about 2012, may kwento ko sa'yo. In 2012, I was in San Francisco. I was about to give a talk to the UP, ano nila eh. I think it was their Golden Jubilee or Diamond Jubilee. So, ano to? So there are a lot of Filipinos there, of course, from UP, no? I was asked by then Kabayan Noli de Castro to deliver the talk for him because he won't be able to make it to the US. Anyway, nung nandun sa elevator, so syempre, dun sa hotel, puro ang daming Filipinos. Nung nandun sa hotel, so I was with, dun sa elevator, I was going down, and then, may mga kasabay ako na Americans. Pagbukas ng pinto, meron mga Filipinos din na nandun, naghihintay ng elevator. Sabi nung Pinoy doon, bababa ba? Sabi nung nandun sa loob na kausap niya, bababa. Thank you. And that was it. That was it. So, pag sarado, sabi nung Amerikano dun sa loob, did you guys just had a conversation? Because, inisip niya siguro parang, mga sheep. Because that's the way they talk. Bababa ba? Sabi niya, bababa. Okay, thank you. They didn't understand that certain parang, bababa ka ba? Yeah. Are you going down? They said, yes, we're going down. But that means, yun yung communication, yun yung language natin. It may not be the formal language, but we understand. And understanding the language is very, very important. And now we can start yung dun sa, this is the reason why we have to understand the language of selling, because the language of selling has been the same since the time na nag-umpisa yung practice or yung profession in selling. Next page, please. Ellen, next page, please. Next. 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 Yan, okay. Before that. Ewan ko kung ako na-delay or yung back one page. Yan. Back one page.
Baka medyo may delay lang po dyan sa end.
Okay. Sige. Nawawala yung suspense eh. Yung animation eh. Okay.
Oo nga, sir.
Sa akin na-delay or dyan?
Pwedeng sa akin, sir, kasi inopen ko siya sa slides, hindi mismo sa PowerPoint.
Mahirap kasi sa slides, too heavy eh. Don't open it. Whenever we're doing presentations, never use slides because mabigat masyado. Just use a presentation para mas mabilis.
Okay, sir. Got
Kasi
it.
may component for co-editing si slides eh. Ito, presentation lang. Okay? So, anyway, nandiyan na, it was given away. Sa computer language, sa computer language, diba? Kahit since the beginning of time na-invent yung machine language, and then even 100 years in the future where you have the machines, it will always be the machine language of 1 and 0. Kahit ano pa mangyari, it's always going to be the binary ng 1 and 0. Okay, Mark here is also really an expert in IT. I think a lot of you are also experts on that. My course in college was computer science. We were the second batch of computer science grads in the country na kulay green pa yung monitor pero 65 KB lang yung capacity nung Apple II namin, which is wala pa sa isang low resolution na photo. Okay. Anyway, okay, we have reached 100. Sorry na lang dun sa iba. Anyway, so it's going to be 1 and 0. Dalawa lang. That is the computer language. That is the machine language. Now, when we go to human relations, when we go to religion, the Bible, kahit gaano kakapal yung Bible, it only has two greatest commandments. And in fact, if we all follow the two basic commandments, hindi na natin kailangan yung thousands of law books, thousands of rules, thousands of policies, thousands of regulations, no? If we will just follow the two rules ng Bible, we will live in a really very, very good place. Okay? Kumbaga, perfect world. Ano yung dalawang greatest commandments? Sige, pwede niyo i-type. Yes, love the Lord with God. And then, the second one? Love your neighbors as you love yourself. So, slide please. Next slide. Obey your parents. Yung love your neighbors, ano lang, love your neighbors. Yung iba kasi, nililiteral na you love your neighbors. Lalo pag nagtatrabaho sa Saudi yung isa. Anyway, so, yan yung two greatest commandments. Wait, ang hirap sa... Thou shalt not kill. This is part of the 10 commandments, no? But then the two greatest commandments is love God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your strength. And then next is, wait. And then love your neighbors as you love yourself. If we will just follow this two, then we don't need all those other commandments. We don't need all those laws. So dalawa lang din yan. In the same manner, ang daming sales books, if you check, if you Google about sales techniques, it will come up with about 4.5 billion results. Pero in selling, if you understand this too, kaya nga sabi ko sa'yo, if you forget everything, just remember this too, and you will not only survive, but you will thrive dito sa business natin ng selling. Next. Next slide. So the language of selling has been the same kahit noong unang panahon pa. Which is, next slide. Number one is feel good, and next is trust. Itong dalawa, don't ever forget this. If you know how to master this too, if you know how to make people feel good and how they can trust you, then you have a sale na you don't have to sell. People will just want to buy from you. People will just want to buy from you. Sometimes whatever you're selling, sometimes you're not even offering them anything, but they feel so good with you that parang they just feel obliged. They just feel obliged to buy from you. I'll give you an example. I just remembered it now. No? I think in 1997, there was a client that the the my former boss, the company where I worked for, asked me to attend to, no? Kaibigan niya yun. So, I've been attending to that client. Wala naman purpose dahil hindi pa nalo-launch yung project. So, being always there and having built the relationship with them and the wife, and then one time when I went there, it happened to be my birthday. It happened to be my birthday. So, when I went there, long story short, tinawag nung when he learned that it was my birthday, tinawag yung wife niya. Oh, honey, he's an old guy. He's about 75 then. Birthday pala ni Andy ngayon. Oh, let's buy something from him. Sabi niya, sabi niya, what are you selling? Sabi niya, sir, wala pang launch yung project eh. Okay, but what project do you think is good? I told him a project that I've recently been handling before I transferred to that company. O sige, maganda ba yan? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So sige, kuha mo kayo pili mo na lang ako. It was a 14 million sale. And 1997, it was very big. It's only because for the past few encounters, which is about 2 months, maybe once a week, I made them feel good. I didn't even offer them anything. So, and then there was a trust. So if you make people feel good and trust you, they would want to really buy from you. Why? Making people feel good releases a chemical inside us called dopamine. Yung dopamine is a very addictive chemical that our body release when we feel good. In fact, right now, all of us, because of social media, we are all addicted to dopamine. Whenever we post something, I'm sure some of you can relate. Pag-post, every 5 minutes, itignan, ilan ba nag-like? Zero pa lang nagla-like. Nanay mo lang nag-like dahil katabi mo. Diba? So parang kang ginigyang because every like, every comment, every response makes you feel good. Now, two things, whether you're doing it for that or you're doing it for business. Of course, the professionals do it for business because right now you have what they call the attention economy. More eyes means more money. Next, please. It is not just a theory, no? We are all programmed to feel good. Next. Click. See? Since then, magbabago lang ang levels of pleasure natin because each time, unlike before, maybe pagkain lang makes you feel good already. Right now, because of all the sensory things that we enjoy every day, the level of pleasure, the level of feeling good is getting higher and higher. This is the reason why we as a seller should know how the people think now. What makes them feel good? What pleases them? Okay. And what gives them this good feeling? What gives them this good feeling? And when people feel good about you, then you earn their trust. Without this two, you don't have a sale. Ikaw ba pipili ka sa isang tao na hindi mo pinagkakatiwalaan? Ikaw ba you will feel good about a person? You'll buy from a person na masama ang loob mo? You'll buy from a person na you don't trust? Definitely not. So these two are tandems and inseparable. Even scammers do this. Scammers, unfortunately, the ones who are experts here are scammers. Kita mo yung ads. basic formula ng problem, ay basic formula ng ads. They'll show you a problem or they'll create a problem. They'll create a problem by several things. Una, sometimes you don't realize your problem kasi they'll show a video. And then, o nga pala, no? Dapat pala meron akong ganyan. O nga pala, no? There are times that I need this. So there's a problem. Correct, the pain point. Now, once you have identified the problem, then they present the solution. Once they present the solution, then the next one is the accessibility to it, the easy access to that solution to the problem. So it's a very simple formula, and all of us are suckers for this. Unfortunately, isa ako sa pinakamadaling ma-scam doon sa mga online sales. So, ang kailangan natin lang ngayon is to identify, and this is the reason why we should always be observant. A lot of salespeople just focus on their project. This is what I'm selling. For sale, for sale, for sale. And what happens? Skip ka nung prospective market. The other option is to do really super blasting and then invest a lot in ads, because somewhere along the way there will be suckers there, or there will be people who will be attracted at that point, at that time, dun sa offering mo. I'm sure you've heard of the Nigerian scams. I think the Nigeria is the capital of scams. I'm sure all of you nakatanggap na ng email, nakatanggap na ng text about somebody offering may millions, meron nakamana ng millions or what. And you'll say, these people think I'm stupid. Maybe you are not. But among millions that they're sending, there will be one sucker who will fall for it. See, mass trials yan. You see Jared go nakapag-receive this many years ago, because somewhere, sometime, merong tatamaan. However, we are not in that business. We are in the business of person-to-person relationship. And with AI now, the more that your client should appreciate your presence and disregard AI. Otherwise, kasi, the game of AI is the first who gives the information dun sa phone niya gets my attention. However, kung ikaw, you have a very good relationship with your client, you should be always a top of mind recall. Instead of them asking Google, asking ChatGPT about real estate, about how to pay this, how to pay that, dapat ikaw yung top of mind recall. Diba? You'll go to Gerard, I'll go to Ellen. Oh, I think of real estate, I go to Jackie. I think of real estate, I go to Jeff. Yun yung kompetensya natin. Hindi na yung sulot nung kabilang agent. Forget about colorum. Ako sinasabi ko nga dun sa, when I get invited to talk about colorum, sabi, forget that. The main competitor natin is going to be AI. And AI is not covered by RS9646, RA9646, diba? Another thing is that when people search, or when the phone hears that you're looking for properties, magpop up na yung mga advertisements. So hindi sulit yun, because your phone is listening. See? But then, if you have a very good relationship with your client, if your clients feel good about you, even if may makita silang ads of another project, from another developer, of another property, they will see the ads, but they will still call you. Yun yung importance ng personal connection. Yun yung importance, and they will have that personal connection with you only if you always make them feel good. When you make them feel good, they have that release of dopamine whenever they're with you. So, parang hinahanap-hanap ka because they that dopamine is released whenever they're with you. Either you give them good info, you make them laugh, or you make them feel very secure, or you make them feel very informed whenever you're talking to them. Now, later in the last few slides, I'll show you how to make people feel good. Next. Next slide. Okay. Next slide. Okay. Why is it that people want to feel good? I think 100 people here are all mammals, di ba? Being human beings, we are all mammals. We are all being mammals, we are all predisposed to feeling good. Why? Bakit tinawag na mammals? It's because of the mammalian glands. No? All of us were nurtured or developed inside the wombs of our parents for long months, and then after tayong pinanganak, we were under the care of our parents. Nandun yung hug, karga-karga ka, you breastfeed, you're really taken care of, you're carried by your mom or your dad throughout your growing years. Huh? So we are predisposed to feeling good. Addict tayo doon. Addict tayo doon. Not only us, the all kinds of mammals, no? Kangaroos, bears, even whales. So if you see the the way of life of these animals, we are addicted to this feeling good, no? Kaya just like in your presentation, di ba, in our last session, sabi ko, when you make a presentation, use it with stories because we are predisposed to listening to stories instead of hearing presentations. With stories, we listen. With presentations, we criticize. So next. So yung emotion natin, natural physical function natin, yung mammalian brain natin, and sometimes all the other senses, sight, sight, hearing, smell, especially smell, yung caring, yung grooming. I don't know any one of you who do not feel good if somebody hugs you. Basta kakilala niya, wag yung biglang may mag-hug lang sa'yo. Or stroking your hair or grooming or feeding, as long as you are in the relationship with that person at whatever level, no? Especially kung yan, parents. Ngayon, why? Because naka-program dun sa limbic system natin. Yung limbic system natin is in the center of the brain, yung hypothalamus, which secretes this, which triggers yung recall system natin from the beginning nung bata tayo. Even yung smell, yung scent, sometimes you enter a room or you go to a place. Like for example, when I went here, I'm here in Clark sa May Mimosa. Pagpasok mo and then you smelled some scent, nag-flashback agad when we used to go here about 10, 15 years ago when the kids were still small. Diba? So nag-flashback yan. And it makes you feel good, especially if there are emotions, highly attached emotions dun sa events. Next. Naalala niyo siguro yung mga pagkain na sinerve ng lola niyo. Ito, so it's the center of the brain called the limbic system, which includes the hypothalamus and cingulate cortex. I'll illustrate that. Take mo. Next slide. So it's not just a theory, it's really scientific. Our sense of smell, the sight, the hearing, nandun nga yung tinatawag natin na parang deja vu din, di ba? Sometimes you feel that this already happened. But the good thing is that sometimes when you taste something, when you smell something, nagpo-flashback ka dun sa dun sa when you were yung mga good childhood days mo. And this gives us a very good sense of emotion. There's another thing such as called yung trauma naman, no? That's the reason why this is very dangerous. So the thing is that when you're preparing to meet a client, all these things should be pleasant. Yung i-enumerate natin mamaya will be a list of what you can do, what you can show, what you can present to make the client feel good in your meetings. Next. Okay. So how do you make a client feel good? Una, when you meet with a client, of course, let's say natapos na kayo dun sa, ano, no, sa phone and then you've set the appointment. Ano to, fina-fast track ko lang to because we have a very short time. So, na-skip na natin yung setting ng appointments. Now, when you are with the client, if you look presentable and you have a professional appearance, you are telling them, sandali, may nauna pa dito may nauna pa. Punctuality. Next.
How about
So,
this, sir? Kompleto na po ito? Complete na,
yan.
punctuality.
So first is punctuality. Do you think you'll feel good kung yung kausap mo late? Punctuality means you are about 15 minutes earlier. If you go to your meeting place 15 minutes earlier, it gives you time to freshen up, especially kung wala kang sasakyan or maybe nagpark ka ng malayo. It gives you time to freshen up, go to the bathroom. It gives you time to choose the seat, choose the location. Again, yung tinitip ko nga parati. Kung nauna ka dun sa location, make sure that you're sitting wait, sorry. Yep. Sorry about that. Make sure na you are seated behind the wall. Behind the wall. Because if your client comes in earlier, ang natural instinct natin, even without them thinking, no, very unconscious, a natural instinct is to sit, uh, is to sit, uh,
Ayan, good morning po. I think si Sir Andy ay nalaglag lang po dun sa ating ngayon, meeting room. I will just wait for him to rejoin. And yes, anyways, it's almost 10 a.m. Maybe na lang siya dun sa call, but definitely he'll finish the presentation. So, hopefully okay pa po kayo kung mag-extend ng 15 minutes. Can I see yes if you're okay to extend to 15 minutes, like 10:15? So I can advise Sir Andy. All right, thank you. And yes. All right, thank you so much po. Ay, nag-chat si Sir Andy. Oh, 100 na. All right, so one moment. All right. Okay, so by the way, I was not able to introduce myself to everyone. Sa mga hindi pa po nakakilala and bago lang sa pag-join sa aming Power Hour, I'm Ellen Estrella Sales, the Assistant Team Leader of Keller Williams Manila Bay. So to know more about our company, you can check our website or Facebook page, that's Keller Williams Manila Bay. And also you can contact me. I'll chat my contact details sa chat box if you're interested to know more about our market center. Okay, welcome back, Sir Andy. Munti ka na di makapasok kasi 100 na. Aloka. Hindi nakapasok
Sorry,
yung center.
ako naman di makapasok.
Ano
Okay.
ba yan? Sige, sir. Please, they are
Anyway,
okay to extend until 10:15 naman po. See
okay.
you, Miss Rowena. Ayan.
Anyway, so instinctively going back, kung sino ang nauuna, pag ikaw nagpupunta sa isang place, usually you feel more safe, you feel more comfortable if your back is against the wall. That is natural instinct natin for security. Because kung two reasons kasi. Kung nakalikod ka sa crowd, you don't know who's coming or you might get hurt, no? Now, so pag nakalikod ka against the wall, you're sure na nobody's coming in from behind, number one. Number two, you enjoy people watching, going in and out. So imagine if, for example, mauna yung client mo and nauna yung back niya dun sa wall, ikaw nagpe-present, kayo nag-uusap, may dumating na maganda, may dumating na gwapo, may dumating na weird, nadidistract yung attention niya. Okay? Whereas, if your back is against the wall, wala siya nakikita kung hindi yung likod mo lang na wall. So now you get the full attention. In negotiation, this is what you call the control of the position, control of the location. In fact, if you can do it better in the offices, what the power setup would be, the client wants you to be in their office because that's their territory. The likod, the back, usually has their seal or has their symbols of power. And then their chairs are usually higher than the guest chairs. So the elevation gives them that feeling of power. So these are very small subliminal ways to make them feel more powerful, especially in times of negotiation. So anyway, going back, if you're punctual, if you go there ahead of time, you already have a plus point in that position of power, especially in negotiation. Because if whoever's late, the first word would be, sorry, traffic. So minus points ka na doon. Okay. Number two, and it also shows that you respect them. Then they feel good. Number two, if you are presentable and you have your professional appearance, they feel good because that means you think they are special. You make them special. Pinagbihisan mo sila. You prepared for them. Hindi yung pupunta ka doon, naka-sandal, naka-chinelas, or naka-t-shirt, naggulanit, parang, yun ang tingin mo sa akin. Parang, I don't deserve you to be prepared. Okay? So, these are very subliminal things. Preparedness. And then, preparedness in terms of all your collaterals, although you don't have to bring them out. Preparedness means you have everything in your mind. You know the project, you know the computation, you know the description without even showing them anything. Why is this very important? Because the conversation has to be in a form of story. Kwentuhan lang. Remember, if it's a form of story, they listen. If it's a form of presentation, they criticize. Kaya, you do your computation at home, not in front of the client. You do the choice of projects, the units, the inventory at home, not in front of the client. When they ask you how much the price, what units are, yung 2-bedroom or yung 1? Yung 2-bedroom. Nice. Which one? Yung nakaharap dun sa amenities or yung nakaharap dun sa view? Mas maganda siguro yung view. So, sir, kung gusto nakaharap sa view, sa labas, I recommend the higher floor. Kung dun sa baba, nakaharap sa amenities, I highly recommend that lower floor. Nice. Sige, meron ba available, sir? Kaka-check ko lang kanina. Meron sa 28th floor na corner. You want corner or inner? Maganda yung corner. Sige, meron doon sa corner, 128 square meters, blah, blah, blah. Magkano yan? Sir, which one? The monthly or the full price? Full price. Okay, good question. No? We have two prices for the full price. Are you thinking of paying in cash or ita-term sa atin? Because we have a good discount for cash. Hindi, terms na siguro. Okay, sir. So sa terms, it's like this. You see, each question niya, I'm answering with the closing question already because they're selecting. This is one thing that you should also master, answering a question with the closing question. And it should be automatic. You should do that na nakapractice. So you do that with the mastery nung product knowledge mo. And of course, the industry as well, meaning you have to know the competitors. Then they feel good. They feel good because I am talking to an expert. I'm talking to an expert na I can trust because you speak with confidence. If you speak with confidence, then sabi nga, they are not listening to your presentation. They are listening to your conviction. I'll repeat that. They are not listening to your presentation. They're listening to your conviction. How convinced are you that what you're selling is really good? It's really great. And how excited are you? Because that excitement will transfer to them. Kaya nga sabi ni Zig Ziglar, selling is a transference of emotions. Pwedeng hindi ka ganun kagaling magbenta, but ikaw, your excitement is nakakahawa. Okay? And then next is positive mental attitude. Yung disposition mo. Everybody's negative. It is not enough to think positive. It is very important. Number 2, to speak positively. Number 3, the most important is to spread positivity. Thinking positive is okay, but who knows? It should show. You should speak positive, you should act positive. And then, kung ikaw lang ang positive and everybody around you is negative, kakainin ka din nun. This is the reason why it is very important that you should spread positivity. And this is the reason why I really avoid negative people. If people start talking about negative things, I leave politely. I leave politely. A lot of people na walang benta, they talk negatively. A lot of associations, puro mga walang benta, then they think negatively. Isang buong conference talking about negative things, either their position, either their kung sino yung mga kumakain ng client ng market daw, instead of focusing on how to improve their skills. AI, sabi nga AI, honestly, will take a lot of jobs, will take millions of jobs. Millions and millions of jobs. So, if you're in that position, alam mo nakakainin yung job mo, what will you do? Magrarally ka, mag-iiyak ka, magwawala ka, or, sabi nga, kung kanyari, ito ang trabaho mo ngayon, no? Pag-isipan mo, you have only 2 choices. You upskill or you downscale. You upskill para makahanap ka ng ibang source of income, trabaho, skills, or opportunities, or i-downscale mo yung lifestyle mo. Ay, naku anak, hindi ka na pwede sa private school, mag-public ka na lang. Ay, hindi na tayo pwede kumain ng karne, maggugulay na lang tayo. See, the winner's attitude is to upskill. The loser's attitude is to downscale. Your choice. So always have that positive mental attitude. Next. And then persuasive presentation. Persuasive presentation doesn't mean magkulit ka. It doesn't mean na mamilit ka. It doesn't mean na you try to convince them. People will not be convinced. If you try to convince them, okay, I have also another session called Going Back to the Basics, even from the time of Adam. No? Pag kinonvince kita, it is against your will. It is against your will. And if it is against your will, it does not feel good. Nabentahan mo ko, naahente mo ko. This is the persuasive presentation. However, if, for example, you know how to make them feel good, people will buy from you. The only way to do that is to make your persuasive presentation exciting. When you excite someone and they feel good, they will not want to stop. They want to do it right there and then. I mean, buy right there and then. Okay. Your presentation, the objective is not to inform, but to excite. I repeat, the objective of your presentation is to not to inform, but to excite. When you reach the level of excitement beyond the level of reason, then whatever you sell, they would want to buy from whatever you're offering. They're willing to buy from you. They would love to buy from you. Next. See, they should feel your conviction. Kasi yung technique, in selling techniques. That's why I don't use the selling techniques. And then the experiential presentation. When you say experiential presentation, when you describe what you're selling, it should touch everything, no? It should touch all their senses. Their sight, their smell, their touch, their feel, their hearing. You can describe. So it's very important that you immerse yourself dun sa project. A lot of people try to sell a project without even being there yet. Without being there first. All those who have sold, let's say, our projects sa Tagaytay, they've been there not once and not just for tripping tapos alis, but they've been there to enjoy the place. They enjoy the place. They know how it smells. They know how it feels. They feel the wind. They feel the breeze. They enjoy the sight. They enjoy the chirping of the birds. They enjoy it's a bird sanctuary. They see all the colorful birds there. Maybe they take photos and they smell the fresh air. They enjoy the fresh air. So all this nare-relate nila as a kwento. As a kwento. And the polite interaction, especially in negotiation. Negotiation will be one of our next sessions. That one, it will take us about 2 hours. So, but this one is very important. Negotiation and handling objection does not mean doing the handling objection techniques. No? If you want to close the sale now, you have to bring them to the present. Now is present. Hindi mo sila madadala sa present if they're thinking of the past and they're thinking of the future. Thinking of the past means ito yung mga objection, ito yung mga narinig nila, ito yung mga hearsay. haka-haka din or personal experience. Yan yung objections. Now, so that's the past. So you have to address their concerns, no? Yung past, ano ba yan? Ano ba yung pinaguhugutan nila noon, no? And then, yung future, yun yung tinatawag nila na concerns. Paano kung di ako makabayad? Hindi yan objection, na it's a concern. Paano kung mawalan ako ng trabaho? Hindi yan objection, that's a concern. So objection is something that they have experienced or heard in the past. Concern is something that they're foreseeing possibilities in the future. So if you remove the past and the future, isa lang natitira, the present, the excitement of the present. You cannot excite them with the past. You cannot excite them with the future. You can excite them now. And when they get excited now, they want to do it now. I'm sure all of you can relate to that. If you feel excited now, if you feel good now, you want to do it now, not tomorrow, not on Friday, but now. Next. Next. So trust. If you make them feel good, di ba? Trust follows. But trust is based on two things then, past and future. Pero you can build this up also in the present. Trust can be built on something na if they have a preconceived notion about you or if they know something about you from the past. So which means yung reputation mo and your image mo will play a very good role. How do you project yourself? And you check your profiles in your Facebook, in your LinkedIn, or in your, if they Google you. One thing, can they Google you already? Number two, if they check your profiles, mukha ka bang kapani-paniwala? Trust, yung una kanina, yung sa personal appearance and punctuality, very, 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 very important factors yun, ha? Bumabagyo. Let's say bumabagyo. Bumabagyo, matindi traffic, and you're there early. That's big points. Others will just say, on di bale, may excuse naman ako, bumabagyo naman, they'll understand. No. They'll be polite and they'll say they understand, but minus points ka na. If they can rely on you, if they can count on you, kay bagyo, kay lindol, kay traffic, then alam nila maaasahan ka nila, especially in good times. Okay? So again, you cannot feel good unless you trust the person you're dealing with. And you cannot trust the person you're dealing with if you cannot feel good about them. All decisions are made first emotionally, then justified with logic. Bumili ka ng damit, bumili ka ng laptop, bumili ka ng gadget. Gusto mo, bumili ka ng iPhone 15. Meron na ba? Bumili ka ng iPhone 15, whereas hindi ka naman marunong gumamit ng iPhone, pang picture lang, hindi ka pa marunong gumamit ng photos or editing, and then tawag lang, and then Facebook, hindi ka rin marunong gumamit ng Facebook for business, but you just feel good na meron akong iPhone 15. Okay. Pag iPhone 15 ka, lalagyan mo naman ng cover, so nobody knows that you have an iPhone 15. Para-para din naman yung itsura. So, but then inside you feel that, you feel good. And then you just defend it logically. You buy a car, nakita mo lang maganda, nagustuhan mo maganda, but then, alam mong, nung dinadrive mo na, para mali ang desisyon mo, then you defend your purchase with your logic because you don't want to look stupid. But it is a proven fact that almost all decisions are done emotionally, initially. Okay. there was a study. It's not my study. Women already know that they like the guy from the first time they meet, and the dates are just there to validate if what they thought in the beginning is correct. Otherwise, kasi unang kita pa lang, tapos niyaya silang mag-date lumabas, it's either yes or no na. If they say no, that means, okay, umpisa pa lang, ayoko na dun sa kanya. If they come to the second or third date, that means they're just validating what they thought of on the first time they met. It's a study, not my theory. Okay? A lot of women also got into trouble because of trust. Next. And also yung feel good. You see, yung feel good is something. Yan. A lot of wise investors have been duped because of trust. Legacy, Multitel, and daming scams, diba? A lot of scams are here because the agents are very, very good in building trust and make the client feel good. And then meron sila dun, they make them feel good, they get them to trust them, and then they take away. That's a very proven technique sa mga scammers. If they make you feel good, they hit the very the number one motivator of a person, the number one motivator of a person, which is greed. When they hit that number one motivation, the number one emotion, which is greed, they make them feel good and then they pull it away because people want what they cannot have. This is so big, you'll make a lot of money, blah, 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 blah. And then you can get in now. However, the offer is only up till today. This is what brings them to the present. Okay? So you see the importance of making people feel good. Next. So what we've learned today is not a training. This is just the catalyst. This is just the opening. Any sessions, you do not call them training. Training is what you do after the sessions. Kumbaga, hindi naman training yung, okay, punta ako ng karate class. Lesson number 1, like this, block and hit. Hindi yun yung training. That's the class. The training is myself doing it every day. Yun yung training. So today, you've learned the lesson, but the training starts after this one when you start practicing this one. When you start being punctual. When you start looking good and appearing good. When you start preparing yourself. When you start mastering the industry. Okay. Who wants to be better than 95% of the practitioners in the country? Just type in nyo dito sa chat. I'll tell you a secret.
Yan, sir. Si Sir Justin, Mark Esguerra, si Miss Jai. Hi, Miss Jai. Paracel, Miss Paracel Abakita, Miss Timmy Rai, of course, I do. Gerardo Go. Hi, Sir Gerardo. Julie Tolentino, Rosa Maria Gonzalez, Miss Maloydis Ventura, Kenneth Z. Eileen Nyones. Hi, Miss Eileen. Ayan, Elaine Sanchez.
Giancarlo.
Ang dami. Sir, siguro yung 98 dito kasi
Yes.
automatic
sure.
na natin yan.
Correct. So I'm sure all of you want to be better than 95% of all the practitioners. One secret is to invest. Hindi to scam, hindi to money. To invest 15 minutes of your time every day. Just 15 minutes of your time every day. Reading any article or any video clips sa Real Estate News Philippines, realestatenews.ph. Number 1. Number 2, reading this aloud slowly. When you read this aloud slowly, you are developing three things already. One, you are updating yourselves with what's happening in the market, and everything that's influencing real estate. Hindi yan. Wag na yan. Hindi ako yan, ha?
Sir, napindot siya.
So, okay. So, you will be updated with what's happening in real estate every day. Tapos meron doon, Real Estate 101. For those who are new here, you will see how to transfer real estate, how to transfer titles. Kung bibili ka ng beach property, ano yung mga kailangan mo malaman? Let's say, mga for-sure lease, yung mga salvage areas. Kung bibili ka ng farm, ano yung mga kailangan mo malaman? Paano mag-refund? Let's say based on the provisions of the Maseda law, things like this. So you invest 15 minutes of your time every day. One, you will have all this information. Number two, if you read it aloud slowly every day, you are already practicing maybe your English, your grammar, or your public speaking, because it is very important that you can, kasi when you're reading, one way lang papasok. If you're speaking it, if you're reading it aloud, you're practicing a lot, no? You're practicing all the other senses. And then the retention is much better. The number 3 effect of that is you will build confidence. So whenever you are in a gathering, you can be the most interesting person in the crowd. And they listen to you. And they know the latest of what's happening in real estate. There's 100 here, only 3%, only 3 people will be definitely doing it. Sabi nga, out of every population, only 3% are the leaders, the 97 are the masses. So which of the 3 are you? Or maybe let's put it 5. So those 5 will be better. Those 5 who will be doing it on a daily basis will be better than 95% of the people. Okay, so and that's a proven fact. So anyway, that's the last slide, and it's at 10:10. I always respect your time, so I hope you're able to. If you're able to get some value on this, please say you did. Type yes, and then, or if you want another session free, just type yes. Okay.
Ayan, sir, lahat na nag-yes na, syempre, they want it.
Yan mga yan, papadala natin ng session. And I think we should already increase our capacity.
Let's see, sir. Sige po, kasi mukhang meron mga hindi na naka-join, but for our next session, definitely we'll invite you again, and it's open to all, of course.
Or maybe let's limit it to 100 every time para
First come, first serve.
First come, first serve.
All right.
So for those who are really, because I just want this is supposed to be not free. But then for those who are interested to listen, I'm always excited to teach. Okay, so
yes, sir. And before sana, yes, sir. Definitely they have. Ayan, sabi, kung pwede lang mahingi ang recorded video ni ASM. Ay, hindi po. Sorry, take video lang po.
The reason why hindi namin binibigay recorded because the others, they'll say, sige, maglalagay na lang ako, tapos maglalaban na ako. And then, total, ano naman yan may recording. So, this one is quite expensive, but for those who are willing to listen, it's for free. So all I ask is for you to listen and take notes. Now, for you to have a daily updates on the news, when you go to Real Estate News Philippines, you subscribe na. For now, it's free. That's free.
Yan, sir. Opo. So, ayan, thank you, Sir Andy, and thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And definitely, you've learned a lot from Sir Andy, as usual. And I just like to request for a minute to open your video so we can also take a photo and record this for our social media posting. So, if you can also follow our page for more updates and open to all trainings or seminar or session with ASM and our trainers, you can like our Facebook page and follow our Instagram and LinkedIn. Ayan. Good morning, everyone. Hello po. Ayan, gaganda naman. Umaga-umaga, fresh na fresh. Ay, si Miss Rosa. Miss Rosa, picture ba yan? Ang pretty.
But I'm also here.
Surprise. Hi, Miss Van. Shirley, oh, I can see here we have Keller Williams and Bay family and other from
Hi,
Philippines.
Rosa.
Hello po.
Hi, dear.
All right, so let me take your
Hi,
picture
Sir
po.
Andy.
Hello, hi.
Give me your best smile for this morning. One more. All right, last two. Hi, Miss Kate. Ayan, glad to see you all here this morning. So, for those who'd like to know more about Keller Williams Manila Bay, and if you're ready to be a millionaire real estate agent, as asked by Sir Andy kanina, you can contact me. I'm Ellen Estrella Sales, the assistant team leader. I chat here are my contact details, but you can also message me through my messenger. That's Ellen Estrella Sales. And we can, invite you here in our office to know more about our market center. So we are a platform providing support and platform for our agents to thrive. Ayan. So we have trainings, we have our office and international and world-class trainings. Our technologies are very competitive. Ayan po. So, without further ado, thank you so much po. We'll be ending this session and we'll see you next week. Thank you so much, Sir Andy. Take care po. Ingat po pagpunta ng Clark and pagbalik dito sa Manila. And everyone, you have a great day and great week ahead. Ayan po, more sales this week and see you next week.
I just want to say that all of you are very important. That's the reason why yesterday I had the choice, kakanceling ko na lang to or gigising ako na maaga. So I chose to be with you today because you're all special.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mary Keller Williams.
Thank you.
Thank you po. Thank you everyone for spending your morning
Bye-bye.
with us.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See you soon.
Bye.
Thank you po.
Miss Timmy.
Thank you po.
Thank you.
Thank you po. Be safe.
"2023, Keller Williams turns 40. In some midlife crisis is a good thing. Now, we aren't going to run out and buy a flashy sports car, or a boat, or some other toy. And we aren't suddenly going to grow a mustache, because we've already got one. But it is time for something big, because that's what we do. It's time to tell the world who we really are, and why we were called to this. T.S. Eliot said, "We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we started, and know the place for the first time." We started as a small real estate company, with a mission to become so trusted by our clients that we could become their realtor for life. But of course, Gary Keller taught us that to be realtors for life, we had to be more than realtors. We're coaches, therapists, mentors, mind readers, and magicians. We're digital hunters with human touch. Wheelers and dealers who only use our powers for good. We are advocates and shoulders to cry on, friends to lean on, and confidants to trust. Together, we are the keys and the doors to new futures. This is the most important time in our lives, as a company, and simply as people. Your clients are feeling that same thing when they come to you. Their first homes, their final homes, newly married, newly divorced, empty nesters or more on the way. These are the most joyous, terrifying, and hopeful times of all our lives, because your clients are jumping off cliffs and trusting you to build wings on the way down. We get to feel the thrill of that connection every day, if we do our jobs right. And if we do our jobs right, they aren't jobs at all. It is indeed a calling to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, and lives worth living. To be entrepreneurs. For 40 years, we at Keller Williams have deeply believed that entrepreneurship is the miracle of America. That in America, if you can dream it, you can build it. We're privileged to be in the business of buying and selling the most important and life-changing dream. The dream of owning a home of your own. It's not just an American dream, it's a dream shared around the world. At Keller Williams, we want to continue to earn the right to be the home of the dreamers, the doers, the entrepreneurs, the hundreds of thousands of you who have dreamed and built your own business, and in the process built ours. We all know everything changes, but we will always champion you, the entrepreneurs who are powered by purpose, by energy and passion, teamwork, trust and technology, integrity and culture, and trained in the rules of how we would do it, but who also have the confidence to bend the rules in ways Gary never dreamed of, but hoped you would. You see, we aren't here to teach you our past, or to try and predict your future. We're here to help you create the future. We are reigniting a culture of celebrating entrepreneurial visionaries. Because real leaders don't create followers. We create more leaders. We are teaching rebellion and inspiring invention. Your mavericks and world changers, and your relentless creativity, fueled by the competitive drive inside every one of you, will make the real estate models of today look quaint by the time you're finished. Everything we ever did was a risk. We started as a little underdog company and grew to be the largest real estate company in the world. You know what underdogs do when they get big? They look for bigger fights. Look for those fights. We want you to out-Gary Gary. Take risks, take heart, take action. All these things that you are for your clients, the coach, the therapist, and the key to a new future, we will redevote ourselves to being for you. There's a reason we want your name larger than ours on signs. When you look at your clients and think to yourself, it's not about me, it's about them. Well, it's not about us. It's about you. This is the most important time in our lives. You're living in a home built for entrepreneurs to thrive. And true entrepreneurs don't have to wait for doors to open for them. After all, we have our own lockboxes. Welcome home.
We all want two things, and that's the home to sell as quickly as possible and for the most money as possible.
The market doesn't lie.
When there's still going to be plenty of business out there, but it's going to be for the skilled agent that takes action.
That's really where the rubber meets the road. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining me today.
Awesome. Thanks for having us.
Good seeing you.
So let's back up real quick. So if you would, Rick or Terry, you start. Just tell us a little about yourself. So where are you from and how'd you get in real estate?
You go first. Since you were in real estate first.
I was first. I was the charter member of the Brinkus team. So
yeah, there you go.
Way back when. So got into real estate when I was 19. Was going to UNLV and saw that I was working my way through to pay for school. It was going to be kind of the 8 or 10 year plan.
Yeah.
And I heard you can get a real estate license in 6 weeks. And I said, hey, that's my thing. You can help people and make money. Boom, I'm going to do it. So got into real estate when I was 19. So that's 30 plus years ago. So
that's amazing, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. How about you? Now, when did you look up and go, I'm gonna get into this?
So I was going to college. I met Rick, started dating him. He was late for dinner a lot, and I said, you know what? If your clients are more important than me, then forget it. And he said, you should get into real estate.
I like that line. I'm going to continue to be late, darling, but why don't you be late with me?
Yes. And we were late a lot together for dinner.
I love that. All right. So when was that?